sorry to have to come on this occasion because it's such a beautiful city and Ireland in general is just such a wonderful place. I'm gutted I did come before, but I drank far too much Guinness and I can't really remember much about it. So I'm sorry about that, but it does taste better on this fair isle than it does in England. So we start off like this. Oh, they're so peaceful. It's so uplifting. I've had sort of more security meetings about coming here because of the violent threats online against us and me, that it's really quite preposterous, shameful, that we're just basically saying we'd like to let women speak.
My name is Catherine. I've driven up from Roscommon this morning because we couldn't meet in Dublin. Here's what I would like to say. I'm Dr. Time's Up on Twitter. My Twitter name is Dr. Time's Up. This is a record of my descent. I'm British, but I've lived in Ireland for 14 years. There are 300,000 British women in Northern Ireland and 50,000 British women in the Republic. And so any racist, misogynist prick trying to claim that only 10th generation Irish women can speak about Irish women's rights can go fuck themselves. I want to share a personal story. It's about the censoring of ordinary women like us. That's happening all across the world in the name of white male perverts in dresses. At home in rural conservative Ireland, I am subject to violent attack from men in my community. Harassment and stalking aggravated by hatred of my sex and my race. So believe me when I say Believe me when I say I am used to the term "Tam can't go home." It comes from ordinary Irishmen who haven't twigged yet, but a boosting power wearing a glass and glitter on a dress. And glitter would be. I live alone and being able to talk with and find support and solace from all the women like you on the internet has got me through some deeply traumatic times. But like so many of you, my voice was silenced by a man in a dress who felt that his fetish awarded him the right to silence women. I got banned from Facebook by the ridiculous Women's Equality Party, and I got a lifetime IP address ban from Twitter for saying a dude in a dress was male. Those of you who were banned, like Posey, will understand just how isolating that is and how unjust it feels. How a liberal democracy can support the silencing of thousands of women's voices. It's traumatic. The scales fall from your eyes. Impartiality in state broadcasters. Where is it? The digital public square, it doesn't exist. And government statements. It's actually terrifying to be silenced from the democracy that you live in. We persisted on the outskirts, and to my spinster sisters who disagreed about which of the condiments was the finest, and I think the finest mayonnaise, but never about what a woman is. We gathered behind other than women like Kellie J, who built a platform from nothing, from the ashes of the mass witch burning. We didn't die. We kept talking and meeting until we could not be silenced anymore. Can you hear us yet? We are the witches you could not burn. In the Republic, it was even worse than that. The removal of dissenting voices speaking up for the vulnerable was the way to pretend that there was consent for anti-women self-ID policy. Turn off replies, ban dissent, and push through your harmful ideology like it's the truth. And that brings me to the worst and most fascist-like betrayal of all. The craven attempt by the National Women's Council for Ireland, Teddy and others to actually disenfranchise women. They said in their disgraceful letter of 2020, we call on media and politicians to no longer provide representation for those who share bigoted beliefs. How dare you? Only fascists seek to disenfranchise their opposition. Our suffragette sisters laid down their bodies for our votes. Abuse, imprisonment and hunger strike, but we're to have the vote. How dare you try and remove it? How dare you? You betrayers of democracy and women, only fascists campaign openly for the disenfranchisation, and our cowardly politicians do as they say and post for photos with them as though their regime isn't built on the bloody earth of the mother and baby homes. So I say at last that the National Women's Council for Ireland, Amnesty International Ireland, Gay Health Network, TENI, the Irish Penal Reform Trust, and all the signatories of that disgusting letter betray the women of Ireland and should be defunded until the despots are driven out. They will be heard. You cannot silence us, bastards. In the words of another tanter, Emmeline Pankhurst, I incite this meeting to rebellion.
Teenagers have been really badly represented here today. I mean, let's face it. So I'm here to restore your faith in my generation of women. I am a secondary school student who knows what a woman is. And let me tell you, that leaves me with a better grasp of biology than my fucking science teacher! As a young woman in Ireland today, I am disgusted at the misogyny that is all around us. Certain men have to be called women, while we, actual fucking women, we get palmed off with bleeder, uterus hugger, and cervix person. It's not fucking on! As a young woman who knows what a woman is, I wrote a poem about what it means being a woman, and I'm going to say it now. It's called I Am Not a Dress. We are women. We are warriors of steel. Woman is something no man will ever feel. Woman is not a skill that any man can hone. Woman is our word, and it is ours alone. I am not a dress to be worn on a whim. A man in a dress is nonetheless a him. Women are not simply what we wear. If this offends you, I do not care. I am not an idea in any man's mind, and my purpose in life is not to be kind. So when my rights are trampled every day of the week, I will not stand by being docile and meek. I am not defined by sexist lies. There is more to woman than that shallow guise. That guise of dresses, bikinis and skirts. Those clothes are not what womanhood is worth. I am not a bitch, a turf, a whore, a slag, hysterical, a witch, a slut, a hag. No, I am a woman, I'm a female, who will not let her rights be put up for sale. I am not defined by what men are not. So to hell with cis misogynistic rot. I am a woman, I'm not a subset of my sex. If this makes me a dinosaur, so be it, I'm a T-Rex. I am not a bleeder nor a menstruator, a womb carrier or a uterus haver. Those words and phrases are such a sham. Just call me woman, it is who I am. We are women, we are warriors of steel. Woman is something no man will ever feel. Woman is not a skill that any man can hone. Woman is our word and it is ours alone.
I wanted to just go off to talk about my life to date, and my life story is very much linked to my body. When I was 17, many years ago, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. I had surgery including the removal of my spleen, and I had megadoses of radiation. It's not treated like that anymore, but I recovered. I met my husband at university, found my calling as a mental health nurse. I had 2 pregnancies that were a struggle. I ended up in a wheelchair both times and had 2 cesareans. During the first one, I could feel them cutting me open as there was a window where the epidural didn't take. I breastfed both my girls and actually fed them both at Wembley. Then, nearly 3 decades later, after my cancer treatment, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, which was a result of the radiation that I'd had before. I had a double mastectomy with immediate reconstruction, and it was devastating. I still can't put into words how it felt to lose the breast that fed my children. 4 years later, it returned, and I had to have surgery and had an implant removed. Then I had chemo. I lost my hair, which didn't grow back in the lovely afro it was before. I had to have more radiation for the surgery. I took hormone treatment, sorry I'm shaking, which put me in a chemical menopause a couple of times. And 4 years later, I was diagnosed with heart failure and spent years in and out of hospital. I was even assessed for a heart transplant, but luckily I was considered too well. I'm diabetic, I have kidney failure. I won't mention the lots of other stuff, but I'm here having lived an incredible life, and there are people who've had things a lot worse than me. My daughters are turning out to be the most incredible women. I have an amazing husband, I have a great family and friends, and I'm also a very proud nan. Through all of this, I've never felt like I wasn't a woman. My body has stopped me at times being the best wife or mother that I could. But it's stuck by me. I normally don't talk about this stuff because it's done. But today it felt like the best time here to share with you all that sometimes, as women, we just get on with stuff. Life throws things at us and we just carry on because that's what we do. We don't ask much of anybody. We just want to be left to live our best lives. And when I hear about these young children who are deliberately having mastectomies, having had it's unthinkable. It really is unthinkable. So thank you for listening.
I just wanted to say to the people over there that you can try to silence us and we will just get louder.
But I can tell you there is only one loud opinion from the trans activist side that is being forced onto everyone. And I disagree with it. That's it. That is our crime. We disagree.
You can try to scare us and we will only get braver.
I came here today in black, hot, and I really just wanted to hide in the crowd because that's the way they've made me feel. I feel like I shouldn't be here, and at the minute I could possibly be sacked for being here by my job. But at the minute in time, I want to take my hat off because I believe in my rights, and I don't believe that I should be called a birthing person. I don't believe that I should be called a person with a vagina. I am a fucking woman. To be here.
You can keep lying and we will keep telling the truth.
Fuck bullying women.
BBC, let me just say to the BBC, I'm a women's rights campaigner. And your coverage of this issue has been informed by people with penises who don't give a shit about women. As a state-funded broadcaster, it's been absolutely shameful to watch you mischaracterize women trying to stand for our rights. It's been absolutely shameful. Yep. We don't want our children being sterilised. We don't want our children being gaslit and schooled into pretending their biological sex is a choice. And the BBC, women don't have penises. No man has a vagina. There is no such thing as non-binary. And transitioning children is profound abuse.
And one last thing to say. Not only should we let women speak, you should let women speak and you should listen.
All these things. I think we're all turf. I think we should wear that with pride, everyone. You know, we are just fed up. Parents, they are sick, sore and tired of our children being force-fed an ideology that we don't want them force-fed. The reality is we are losing a whole generation to this agenda and we must stand up for them. And I hope to see you all again in Belfast City Centre soon.
Point I want to make. I look around me and I see a bunch of people, I see a bunch of faces. 2 years ago, we were 10 people standing in a row with a few placards. And so what I want to ask you all to do is to take a look around you. Take a look at the faces of the people in this crowd and see what you can see, because I know what I see. I see courage. I see determination.
If you do not want to allow women to speak, you can sling your hawk!
The idea of gender identity is a lie. We are being forced to comply with a lie. We are telling children that wait till you're 18 and then you can legally change sex. It's not good enough. Gender identity, gender reassignment needs to come out of law.
And you see those people over there, they are deluded because they can trick themselves into thinking that they're standing for women when they are standing for violence against women, violence against children, boys, girls, and reality itself.
You might have heard this before, but no means no. I am not attacking you here. I am not fueled by hate. I want you to leave women alone. Listen to those who disagree with you, please. Don't dismiss women's concerns. Women are speaking!
I have been called racist. I have been called everything under the sun because I don't agree that I should have to be in a place with a person with a penis. And that's what I'll say. They do have penises. They were not born with a vagina. They do not know the struggles the women have went through. We've fought for years for our rights and we're fighting again, and if they don't like it, they can take themselves to fuck.
We are here in Northern Ireland today to let women